So, how much money do you think I made in the year 2022? Write it down in the comment section. Pause this video right now, comment section mein jao and write down the number that you think that I made this year itself. Hi everyone, I'm Ishan Sharma and it is that time of the year again. I made a similar video last year called as how much money I made in 2021 and the response was overwhelming. There were so many people who started with their own journey after looking at what I have done and achieved last year itself. So it makes more sense for me to make this video today as well for this year. Now, before I start to talk about the numbers, right, there are essentially 10 ways through which I made money in year 2022. But usse pehle, I want to give you a big disclaimer. Why am I making this video? Am I doing it to flex? Am I doing it to get more clout? Am I doing it to, show that I am better than anyone else? Aisa kuch bhi nahi hai. The reality of me making this video is that I want to inspire you guys. अगर आप अभी कॉलेज में आए हो या फिर अगर आपने अभी अपना करियर स्टार्ट किया है ग्रेजुएट करके, then this video will give you that motivation and inspiration to go out there and make it in life. And give you an example that if I, Ishan, can do it at the age 21, what is stopping you from doing it at this age as well? I hope that you understand this one very big point. All of these numbers that I will be telling you is secondary. The more important thing is this motivation that you will get and this inspiration that you will get at the end of this video. So bas, let's start this video. Without a further ado, make sure कि आप वीडियो को लाइक कर दो, चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर दो. At the end of the day, it is your choice. You can either watch this video, get motivated and inspired to start something of your own, or you can feel jealous. You can feel that I'm flexing. You can feel that you are not good enough and you can start spreading hate in the comment section and in the social media platforms as well. It all depends on how you want to play this game. But now let's talk about the 10 ways that I made money in 2022 and how much I made in all of them. At the end of this video, we will also take a look at the lessons I learned from this year as well. So let's start. Number one will have to be the super chat and the super thanks that I get. ये एक नया फीचर लॉन्च हुआ है on YouTube called as super thanks. अगर आपको वीडियो किसी भी क्रिएटर की पसंद आती है तो you can directly support them by doing a super thanks, by paying them either 100 rupees और उनके बहुत सारे segments होते हैं. So you can do that. Now, मैंने इस पूरे साल में केवल एक ही लाइव स्ट्रीम करी थी when I hit 500,000 subscribers on YouTube. उसके बाद मैंने नहीं करी कभी भी लाइव स्ट्रीम. I will do more of these, but at the end of this year, through super chat and super thanks, I got about 907 rupees in total, which is pretty interesting, right? मतलब I never expected that I would get this much. जब मैंने अभी recently वीडियो बनाने के लिए देखा the numbers, I was surprised. I never knew about the super chat and the super thanks that you guys were doing. So thank you so much for that. 907 is that number that I made with super chat and super thanks. Acha, now you've probably heard that a goal without a plan is just a wish. And when you're selling your services, having a marketing plan is crucial. And that's where you can check out HubSpot's free marketing plan template, which contains everything you might need when making a plan for a client as a marketer. The template has customizable sections on your target market, marketing channels, and strategies to boost your chances of getting clients. To make the process easier, HubSpot has added a marketing plan for a business as an example. Now, I found the template to be super helpful when we are working in MarketUp, and sharing these plans with all of our clients makes it a lot easier and we end up saving on hours of our time. You can either edit the template to suit your needs or you can download it and fill in all the information. So what are you waiting for? You can skip hours of your time planning, skip the headache of thinking what to include in your marketing plan, and it is all just a click away. Check out the link in the description to get full access to the marketing plan template from HubSpot for absolutely free. Huge thanks to HubSpot for sponsoring this video, and now let's move on to the video. Moving on to the second one, this one has to be dividends. This is something interesting. I use small case to invest into something called as dividend aristocrat, and उससे जो भी companies में मैंने invest किया था, they paid out dividends to me through the whole year. And if you have a look at what those companies are, we can quickly just open up stocks, and here we can have a look at the portfolio. And you can see what are those companies, right? So you have Deepak Nitrite, you have Junior Bees, Reddington, you have JK Lakshmi, Polyplex, you have all of these other companies as well. Again, मैंने ये सब कुछ रिसर्च करके नहीं किया. I was just having a look at this small case called as Dividend Aristocrat and मैंने उसके अंदर इनको invest कर दिया था. So totally I made 3035 rupees through my dividend investments. ये कोई बहुत बड़ा number नहीं है obviously, but I like how I don't have to put in effort for this. This is just like, you know, free candy. Moving on to the third way through which I made money, and this is from mutual fund investments. So this year itself I invested only into one fund, and only once in the entire year I did that in March of 2022. I invested in this fund called as Mirai Asset Tax Saver Fund to save up on some of my tax, and I invested 1.5L into that, and right now the return on that is 18,246 rupees. Right? This is the unrealized gain. मतलब मैंने इसको भी बेचा नहीं है म्यूचुअल फंड को, but this is my unrealized return on that mutual fund that I currently have. Talking about the fourth way through which I made money, and that is through my book sales. So if you don't know, I have a book called as Crush It on LinkedIn. यहाँ आपको दिख रही होगी पीछे in the background. I wrote this book back in July 2020, and starting में बिल्कुल भी no one knew about it, very few people purchased it, but 2022 was the year where surprisingly a lot of people purchased the book. Right? I never expected कि बहुत सारे लोग वो किताब को पढ़ेंगे and सीखेंगे उससे, but I am grateful. आप सब लोग किताब को परचेज करते हो, उससे सीखते हो, फिर एग्जीक्यूट करते हो और फिर सोशल मीडिया पे शेयर भी करते हो कि यार this is what I learned from the book. So thank you so much for doing that, and keep showing your support on LinkedIn as well as Instagram. आपकी सारी stories और आपके सारे posts मैं देखता हूँ. In total, through the book, I made about 44,733 rupees. अब किताब का क्या होता है, normally when you work with a publisher, right, they only pay you 7 to 10% of the total sales, right? So the total book made over 3 to 4 lakh rupees, but I only ended up making about 44,733. यहाँ मैंने लिख रखा सब कुछ ताकि मैं कुछ भूल ना जाऊँ. So that is the whole amount that I made from the book. I like how it is higher than the last year, and I also love the fact that the more time it has been for my book, the more popular the book is getting, right? तो आप इस किताब को Amazon पे ले सकते हो as well as Flipkart पे भी purchase कर सकते हो. Amazon पे आपको उसकी e-book भी मिल जाएगी if you want to consume it on your Kindle, so you can do that as well. But this one book has been a great experience for me to learn about how to express myself. बहुत मोटी book नहीं है, it's just 90 pages long, and it is a great way for me to share all of the learnings that I had about LinkedIn. So that is about the book. Let's move on to the fifth way that I made money, and this one is through index funds. So normally क्या होता है, right? Whenever I invest, I prefer investing into an index fund. इससे क्या होता है, I don't need to spend time thinking कि कौन सी कंपनी सही है. I just focus on the whole index, on the growth story of India, right? And I focus for the long-term vision. So I did that. I invested in ETFs, right? So the way ETFs work is that it is just like a stock, but it behaves like an index fund. It tracks the index, but you can trade it on the stock market itself. So that is the basic idea about it. Every ETF has a fee with it as well and a tracking error as well. So that is basically how it works. Now I made a total of 93,940 rupees through my investments in ETFs. Just to show you what ETFs we have purchased, let's just go back to our app and check what that number was. Here I am on Upstocks. I'll go to my portfolio and on my holdings, and as you can see, Nifty Bees and Man 50 ETF is what I invested into. So this is basically the Nippon Nifty ETF जो होता है, that basically tracks the top 50 companies of the country on the Nifty index. And then you have the Man 50. This is basically Mirai Asset का जो ETFs है, that tracks the 50 companies. So I invested about 5 to 6 lakhs into it, and the return, as you can see, is 93,940 from ETFs itself. अब इसमें क्या है, मेरे को कुछ सोचना नहीं पड़ता, right? I can just invest and I can just forget about it. A big mistake I made when investing is that मैं जून के बाद invest करना भूल गया. So normally every single month I used to invest myself, but I forgot investing, and जून के बाद से मैंने अभी तक इन्वेस्ट ही नहीं किया इन द स्टॉक मार्केट, विच इज़ अ बिग मिस्टेक फ्रॉम माई एंड. आई कंप्लीटली एक्सेप्टेड. आई विल गेट बैक टू इन्वेस्टिंग this month itself, but I lost on a lot of progress, a lot of gains that the market had in this time period. I just thought कि it's not the right time to invest. कभी market ऊपर जा रहा था, कभी नीचे जा रहा था, right? There was global tension, war चल रही थी, क्या हो रहा था. So I just was worried if this is the right time to invest or not. But now let's move on to the next way through which I made money, and this is by teaching programming. So if you don't know, I used to teach programming on an academy as an educator, and I used to basically teach Python programming as well as full stack development with the help of JavaScript and React. So this is basically what I used to teach. I only taught in the first 3 months of the year, and I made a total of 4,17,000 rupees from doing so. So essentially क्या होता है इसमें, you work with an academy, they pay you for every class that you take on the platform. So it is on the per hour basis, per class basis in general. So that is how it worked. I did classes in January, in February, as well as in March, and this is how much I ended up making. I think, you know, this profession of teaching is great right now because of the internet. You can reach out to a lot more students who want to learn from you, and that is आपने देखा होगा आपके favorite creators are launching their own courses, their own live cohort based courses through which they are able to make a lot more money while providing great value to the end user. So I absolutely love it. I personally don't have a course of mine right now. I might release it in the future. If you want me to release a course, let me know in the comment section कि आपको कौन सा course चाहिए particularly. If you want me to make a course on LinkedIn, on freelancing, on a particular skill, on YouTube, right? If you want me to make a video on how to become a YouTube creator, let me know about that as well in the comment section. Also, अगर आपको वीडियो पसंद आ रही है अब तक, तो make sure कि आप वीडियो को like कर दो, चैनल को subscribe भी कर दो. It helps a lot when you do that. Now let's talk about the 7th way through which I made money, and this is with affiliate commissions. तो इसमें क्या होता है, if there is a product that I have used and I have shared with you, if there is a course I have shared with you, जब आप उस कोर्स को खरीदते हो तो I end up making a certain percentage of that sale, right? So that is essentially how affiliate marketing works. I have just tried to share what I genuinely love to use, right? So recently I made a video on a desk tour setup कि भाई कौन सी चीज़ें I use every single day, like this monitor, like this mouse, this laptop, this keyboard, and I shared it all with you people over the video. Now in total this year we made about 7,727,000 rupees through affiliate sales. Now this is surprising to me. I never expected that I would make this much. जब मैं वापस गया चेक करने के लिए in my accounts and in my dashboards, I saw that number in front of me, right? It comes from a mixture of Udemy course sales, of programming courses sales, and it also comes from Amazon affiliate. But Amazon affiliate is actually quite less. It is just about 73,530 rupees for me, and the rest is all from the course sales that I have been talking about, right? तो अगर कोई Udemy course है जो मैंने लिया है, I can talk about that in front of you. If you like it, you purchase it, and I make money doing so. That is how that works. Percentage depends. It is sometimes 10%, others it is like 15%. So this is how much I made in affiliate commissions. Let's talk about the 8th way through which I made money, and this one has to be AdSense. The idea here is that whenever you watch this video or any of my videos on YouTube, YouTube plays an ad in the starting and at the end of the video. Now when you watch that ad, Google pays me because of the content that I put out, right? So that is how that works. YouTube AdSense has been a crazy experience for me. I'll show you the screen and you'll understand why I'm saying it. In total, we made about 27,36,043 rupees through Google AdSense. As you can see on the screen, this chart shows how much I made throughout the year on Google AdSense, and you can see how it fluctuates all the time, right? कई बार क्या होता है, the CPM, which is how much the advertisers pay me for every 1,000 views on my video, right? Now this number fluctuates every time, and जब वो होता है, what I end up making also fluctuates a lot, right? Google takes up half of my earnings and I get to keep the other half of it. So that is essentially how it works. I Last year, I think I made about 14L. This year, we are making 27. I think it's great how the number has been increasing, but at the same time, I have been having the stand कि भाई वीडियो के बीच में ऐड नहीं होना चाहिए, राइट? वीडियो के स्टार्टिंग में हो सकता है, एंड में हो सकता है, बट इफ यू पुट अ एड इन द मिडल, इट जस्ट डिस्टर्ब्स द होल एक्सपीरियंस, राइट? सो दैट इज हाउ दैट वाज. It fluctuates. That is why I don't depend on it, because it can go down all of a sudden because advertisers are not paying enough money, because they are not generating enough profits. बहुत सारी कंपनी आजकल ले ऑफ कर रही हैं, तो they are not focusing on marketing as much. So it just varies, as I've said previously. Now let's talk about the ninth way through which I made money, and this one is through MarketUp. अगर आपको नहीं पता है तो basically MarketUp is a social media agency that I started with my roommate Saransh, and we have been able to grow it in the last 1 year. We are a 25% team and we work with over 15 clients. We basically help them completely manage their YouTube channel and then help them grow it at the same time. So that is about the company itself. This year we did about 1 crore in revenue, which comes out to about 8 to 9 lakhs per month. Now again, this was not always 8 to 9 lakhs. This was sometimes 10, 11, 12 lakhs as well, because we had more clients, or it was maybe 7 to 8 lakhs only because we did not have as many clients in some months. It is a business, and that is why it just keeps on fluctuating, but on average we made at least 1 CR. Now this is the top line revenue. This does not include the salaries that we pay out to the 25 people. This does not include all of the taxes. This does not include any of those expenses in general. This is what we made at the revenue basis, right? I think the benefit I have particularly with MarketUp is that because of the connections that I have been able to build in the last 1 year, and because of the word of mouth marketing of MarketUp, we've been able to attract some pretty amazing clients. Like one of the clients that we signed up this year is listed on the stock market of India, and they have a market capitalization of more than $10 billion. Now that is a crazy number right there. So I am just grateful to be having such clients. I am grateful for being able to build a team like this. So that was MarketUp. Moving on, let's talk about the last and the 10th way through which I made money as a creator, as a freelancer, and this one is brand sponsorships, right? So whenever I work with brands that I love, like for example, we worked with Google this year, we worked with the Fast Track this year, I got to work with the government of India this year as well, right? It just blows my mind how I am able to work with the top companies. I got to work with Amazon, I got to work with so many crazy big companies. The best part was that because I could now focus on Instagram, LinkedIn, and Twitter after dropping out of college, I could work with a lot more companies on different fronts. So it was not just me working with brands on YouTube, it was also me working on all of these other platforms at the same time. I've always thought about what type of brand would work very well with my audience, right? Like if you are someone who's in college, or if you are excited to learn a skill, how can I integrate a brand which has a similar goal, which has a similar audience, so that you would love to use their products as well, right? That has been the mission statement from the longest time at this channel. Now let's talk about how much did I make from brands. This year I generated a total of 1 crore 42 lakhs 91,979. That is the amount I made from brands. It blows my mind. I used to use these products, and now I am directly in touch with these brands and working with them to create great videos for you people. So in total, we made this much that you can see on the screen itself. This is a crazy number, and I am grateful for where I have been able to reach in the last 2 years itself. It was just 2020 January when I was in first year of college thinking what to do, and I just followed what I love doing, which was to share things with people, to share resources with people, and here we are today with over 80 million views on the channel, and this number just blows my mind every single day that I think about it. Now one thing to note here is that this is my top revenue. This does not account for the expenses. I will make a separate video if you want me to on how much money I spent in this year itself, and that is a huge number. My expenses have shot up a lot from 2021. Like previously I did not used to travel as much, I did not used to have those experiences. I was just sitting in my room and making videos. Whereas this year, I had some of the craziest experiences. I went on my first international trip with my friend to Thailand. Right, last month I went there, and that was a huge expense. I invested into rent of this house that I live in Bangalore. That was a huge expense. I also invested a lot more on travel. So I visited Delhi, I used to travel a lot to Mumbai, I travel a lot to Hyderabad, all of these major cities of the country to meet people. I am also working on a huge project called as Unicorn Secret, which is a book that will be releasing next year, in which I have interviewed the biggest unicorn founders of this nation, and I have understood their journey and have documented that journey as well, right? You will love to read that book. It is coming out soon, but that was a huge expense because, let's just say you want to do a podcast with Ritesh Agarwal from Oyo. Unka office is in Gurgaon somewhere. So you have to travel from Bangalore to Gurgaon, get an accommodation over there, then travel back as well, right? So all of these were huge expenses that I did not expect, but I don't regret at the same time. I also invested a lot on the quality of my videos. So I paid a lot to freelancers. That includes both the manager who helps me upload all of my videos on YouTube, the video editors, we have over 4 to 5 video editors at the moment, and graphic designers who help create all the thumbnails and the reel covers that you see on this video, on this channel as well. So that is essentially how it works. And I want you to understand that it is actually possible for you to do something like this at this age. You just need to get started, stay consistent. I uploaded over 800 videos on this channel, and that is why we are here today, right? This is not luck, this is sheer hard work and persistence. And having that go-getter mindset कि अच्छा मुझे ये करना है तो मैं खत्म करके ही सोऊंगा, right? कई बार ऐसा हुआ है कि I have to finish some videos, I have to finish pitching some clients, and मैं पूरे दिन वही करता रहता हूँ. My parents are like कि सो जा, but I'm like कि नहीं, I will complete my work and only then will I sleep. It might seem like unhealthy obsession to you, but I tweeted this recently that healthy obsession is a gift disguised as a curse. One more thing to note here is that I did not talk about crypto because I actually lost money in crypto this year. So I invested about 1 lakh rupees into this platform which guaranteed about 18% returns, right? And I thought that this would actually work out, but as always it did not. The platform went down, the cryptocurrency devalued, it got depegged, and I ended up losing 1 lakh rupees. And that was a big shock to me personally. But I have learned this one thing. I do have some crypto in USDC lying in MetaMask, but I don't have anything more than that, right? I don't have enough trust in this ecosystem as of now to invest and put money. One more thing you will notice is that I have stopped freelancing myself, and I have been focusing a lot more on building my own business, that is MarketUp, and enabling people to become freelancers under MarketUp so that I can focus on getting the client and growing the company, right? So that is what I have been focusing on, and this was the video. अगर आपको कोई भी questions हैं, let me know in the comment section as well about that. If you have been watching this till the very end, write in the comment section, I watched till the end. Thank you so much for watching. I love you all. Thank you so much for the love and support. I will focus on building a product next year. So we'll see how that works. I will obviously document the journey with all of you people. Please stay tuned for that. Thank you so much for watching. Go check out the marketing template with the link in the description if you also want to run a social media agency, or if you work as a social media manager. That marketing toolkit will help you a lot from HubSpot. So again, the link for that will be in the description. Go take a look at that if you are interested. Video ko share karo with anyone who is feeling depressed, demotivated, feels like they don't have another way to sustain. Please share this video with them. Thank you so much for watching. You can follow me on social as well at Ishan Sharma 7390, and I will see you all in the next video.